Okay, so we got two Devblogs. This is my first time doing this. We're gonna find out how well this is gonna go. Um, I don't know if I'm prepared or not, but let's do it. So close test 15.8 new ships. I'm a bit behind. This is on August 6th. I'm recording this August 9th. So I've been hearing rumors that New Jersey is gonna be in the game now. So we're gonna find out. Okay, captains from the cold, untamed waters of the Baltic to the serene Mediterranean Sea. European cruisers are ready to set sail. We're also announcing three new premium ships, including the last sister to the famous Iowa-class battleships, a ship that you can still visit today as a museum, USS New Jersey. This is true. All the Iowas are going to be in the game now. Obviously, Iowa's a tech tree ship. Missouri was like that free XP ship from a long time ago, and Wisconsin was a dockyard. So, okay, Big J, American Battleship New Jersey. Um, I haven't looked at the dev blogs yet, but what I will say is I did see some screenshots, and immediately I'm looking at this New Jersey, and like it's just immediately not historically accurate, and this is pissing me off. It has what's called a measure 22 camouflage, where basically they draw a line at like the lowest point of the deck. I guess is how I would word it, and they draw a straight line across the ship, and then they paint everything below that blue, everything above it, um, I guess gray. Now, New Jersey is nicknamed the I believe it's called the Black Dragon. That's because it famously ran Measure 21 camouflage during the war, where the entire ship was blue. So it's just not blue, which is really cool. Whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, New Jersey's the second member of the four-strong Iowa class. Yeah. Should I read through all of this? I don't know. Um, okay, we're gonna skip this history summary, even though I love my history. Um, as it does say, it's a museum ship in New Jersey. So, Command and Conquer. New Jersey fully adopts the support-oriented playstyle. Support-oriented playstyle. It's like a support battleship, allowing you to strategically buff your allies or yourself and get an edge in battle. So, access to support-oriented consumables. Combat instructions charged by using the support consumables. High speed. I mean, it's in Iowa, so I understand that. Lower than average HP pool with an access to enhanced repair party and mediocre base firepower. Very funny that in World of Warships, an Iowa class battleship has mediocre base firepower, but whatever. It's tier 10, by the way. Did I say that? It's tier 10. Okay. Um, so lastly, Iowa's a unique player style with trade-offs. It has standard accuracy. So I believe Wisconsin has improved accuracy. So New Jersey literally doesn't. It sounds like the gunpowder is going to be exactly the same as the Wisconsin, or sorry, as the Iowa, but a tier higher. So instead, you get support consumables where you can buff your allies. The support consumables work in a radius around your ship, so you'll need to adopt a position where you can maximize their usage by having the most allies within range, especially on active flanks. For that, you can rely on our high speed. New Jersey has specific combat instructions that charge as you use these support consumables. You'll build a progress bar very quickly when you support several allies at once, opening a short window to fire off powerful, accurate salvos of your own. You can also charge combat instructions by using these consumables on yourself, but this will provide a lower charge percentage. So your combat instructions are better if you're playing with your team. So team play, guys? Sounds good. As always with support ships, timing is everything. You might hold a consumable back to save an ally with a last-minute heal, or fuel a friendly battleship's push by boosting its secondary firepower. It opens a wide array of possibilities, but it all comes down to your decision making. So I'm assuming the support consumables they're adding. I don't know if you guys have been following the World of Warships news, but they've been like adding more support consumables to aircraft carriers. I believe they're testing out like some kind of heal buff that carriers can drop, or like putting out fires. So I'm assuming it's the same kind of thing. So immediately, I feel unprepared because I don't know my battleship stats. I'm a DD player, okay? But we're gonna see the best we can do. Okay. Fore and aft end plating 32 millimeters. I is this standard for the Iowas? I thought Iowas at 38. I don't know. I don't have the game up right now. Hit points 81,100. That is low. I don't play battleships, but I do know for tier 10 that is very low. For example, I know Montana with the build is sitting at like 100,000 HP. Torpedo reduction, pretty low for a battleship. Fire is standard, 60 seconds. It's an Iowa, so 406mm in a triple ABX configuration. Okay, reload time is reduced. U.S. battleships mainline. I'm saying Montana line, 30-second reload base. So this has improved reload. I mean, nothing right home about in the secondaries, airstrikes, whatever. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Combat instructions consumables. This I'm seeing concentrated AA fire here. I think this is related to the new AA changes that I don't know that much about. So yeah. Maneuverability 35.2 knots. That is, I believe, improved over base Iowa. Base Iowa is 33. Which means it is not historically accurate. Base Iowa was 33 knots. But whatever. Detect looks fine. I don't see anything crazy. Okay, combat instructions. Activation effects. When you pop it, action time 50 seconds. Main battery AP shell damage increase 33%. And the dispersion is reduced by 35%. So it's a bit like the Wisconsin F key, where it improves your dispersion. You're more accurate. Here you also get an AP damage shell increase. You don't lose any progress on this, so you can keep doing it as much as you want. And if you reinforce an allied ship, it's 50% of your progress. And if you reinforce yourself, it's 25. Now, I'm assuming, this is just my assumption, that this will stack. So if you're in your division with two other guys, you pop the consumable, it's an immediate 100%. Okay, damage control party, whatever. Slot 2, I think this is the improved American repair party, because it has the 80-second cool. Does it? I don't know, man. I'm not qualified to do this for battleships, man. Okay, here's our consumables. Oh dear, this is a lot of consumables. All right. Our first support consumable is gun crew assistance. Main battery reload time 12% reduction. Lasted 30 seconds. Has a range of 15 kilometers. So I assume that these consumables would be like in a tight aura around the ship. But it sounds like you pop this consumable, and if a ship is within, what is this, 15 kilometers of you, it'll get buffed? That sounds pretty strong. Prep time is 90 seconds. Reload is 180 seconds. 3 charges. So, is Superintendent on battleships? I don't think it is. But if it was, you would totally run this. Like, holy moly, there's so many consumables. So it seems like if you run this on your own ship, you only get half the effects. I think that's fair. Otherwise, you would literally just be able to buff yourself. In practice, if you run this, if you pop this consumable, the effect on your own ship is very reduced. I mean, like, right, you have to remember adrenaline rush is like, what is it? Minus 0.2% per percent of HP lost or something. So this would give you a reduction of only 6% because it's 50% reduced on yourself. So at that point, like, if you've lost like, if you've lost like a 30-year ship, it's the equivalent of adrenaline rush of losing a 30-year ship. So it's not anything crazy for yourself. But I mean, this is good DPM. Like, if I'm in my DD and one of my div mates pops this, I mean, this will be very helpful for me. Slot 4, you get your standard pick between fighters, spotting, aircraft, but also competing in slot 4 is auxiliary and torpedo armament assistance. Reduces torpedo reload time by 12%, reduces secondary reload time by 15%, improves AA damage by 15%. The action time, range, everything, it's all the same. And again, 50% of the effects of it's on yourself. So, okay, you have 3 consumables, right? So can't you like proc the F key like over and over again if you're with a bunch of your allies? Because you could pop one of the consumables, then run the F key, and then pop another one of the consumables and then run the F key. As long as there's 2 ships around you, each ship would give you 50% of the progress, right? Or is it 50% of the progress? 50% of the progress, and then you'd be able to run it. Like, genuinely, the action time is the problem that's stopping you from, like, I guess it's not a stackable combat instruction. That's not a thing. But you could basically continuously run this combat instruction if you just keep running these support consumables. This one, again, is good. Now, AA is, of course, a bit of a joke in World of Warships, but this will help you. Right, secondary battery reload time, that's nice. Could you imagine pairing this with some kind of like a ship that like it's a buff from getting secondary hits? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, Valparaiso, dude. Oh, okay. Um, and slot 5 doesn't compete with anything. Engineering crew assistance. It's a heal buff. Ship HP per second, 33%. I do not recall off the top of my head how much percent regular heal gives you. But this lasts for 30 seconds, so this heals 10% of your ship. Also reduces consumable prep and cooldown time reduction. So you only get 2 of these charges though, base. But what that means to me, I'm looking at this. If one of your buddies is losing health, or if one of your destroyers with no heals, or now cruisers get heals nowadays, so it doesn't apply to them as much. Mid-tier cruisers. I guess you wouldn't play this with mid-tier cruisers anyway. It's tier 10. You can heal your allies, and you can also reduce their cooldown time on their own like healing or like support consumables. So, I mean, if your allied cruiser destroyer is getting absolutely smashed, you pop this consumable. This 15% could get them their heal back just in time, right? Their own heal. So you're like double healing your ship. That's pretty cool. Or your allied ship. Again, only 50% of the effects to yourself. So I think this is fair. If this wasn't here, this would actually be like completely bananas. One thing I don't know if these support consumables stack. Could you imagine a triple New Jersey div or something, and you're just stacking these reload buffs? You're just stacking the healing buffs. I hope they don't stack. Okay, so New Jersey seems cool. Probably a bit powerful. I'm not a battleship player. I'll probably get it though because it's a historical ship. We'll see what the community consensus on the boat is. But my take on New Jersey, it looks the ship itself, I believe, is not strong. Like it seems like it's just an up-tiered Iowa without any real improvement anywhere in its like base, like its in direct combat capabilities. But um, is my audio source correct here? I don't know. I'm just gonna look at the replay later and hope it's good. Um, yeah. So New Jersey looks like if you look at the ship face value, its direct combat ability is kind of bad because it's just an Iowa at tier 10. Um, But I mean, these support consumables, man. If you can stack these, it's gonna be insane. And also the F key, you'll be able to just proc it as many times as you want as long as you're using the consumables and you're playing with your team. I mean, this range seems like absurd. If I'm reading this correctly, and this means that any ship within 15 kilometers of you gets this buff, like bro, 15 kilometers is a lot, right? Like Soviet cruiser radar is 12 kilometers, and everybody complains that it like covers the whole map. Right now, we're talking 15 kilometers, dude. Whatever. I think it's going to be strong. Um, if the consumables stack, it will be OP in divs. Okay, European cruisers. Captains, behold! A new tech tree line of cruisers will make its debut in testing with update 15.8. Tier 4 to tier 10. And they'll show the ships from tier 6 and above. So what do we have? They have special focus on stealthy torpedo gameplay, using their great speed and low detectability to get to advantageous positions. In the spirit, their playstyle would be closer to um, heavy destroyers, unlike most cruiser gameplay. So immediately not looking at this, it just is like, bro, what is the point of like the Zao line anymore, right? I know the Zao line isn't a torpedo line, the Japanese heavy cruiser line, but aren't they like the stealthy torp cruisers? I don't know, man. Whatever. Let's see here. Let's start with a quick summary. Strong torpedo armament capabilities with long range and high speed, but at the cost of a long reload. The higher tier ships also boast a high number of torpedoes. God, I really hope these are historical ships, man. I really hope these are historical ships. Okay. I lost track of what I was looking at. Good base speed with access to time-based emergency engine power with a large time reserve. So, just like the European battleships, these guys are going to be zooming around. Repair party with an extra charge for tier 8 and above. So just like the German cruisers, if you guys don't know, the German heavy cruisers get 1 extra heal base. So most cruisers only get maximum 4 if you run superintendent, but the German cruisers get 5. So I guess the European cruisers get the same thing. Good main gun damage per minute, but with low firing range. So it reminds me of the Holland line of destroyers, where the gun power is good, but the range is bad. No access to conventional cruiser consumables. So no smoke, no hydro, no smoke, no radar. So it's like the Venezia line, except it doesn't even get any utility at all. Okay. As their main way to deal damage, the torpedoes of this new line will have long range and high base speed, similarly to those found on the Holland line. These properties make them easily okay, yeah. So, like the Holland torps, I'm assuming good reload, long range, high speed, so easy to hit, but the damage is just significantly reduced. The higher tiers carry a great number of them, with the tier 10 ship presenting 10 torpedo tubes per side. What? Per side? So 20? Okay. 20 in total? Their guns are more of a double-edged sword. Good damage per minute, but short range. With no access to a smoke generator nor a great firing range, yeah, you wouldn't want to be open water shooting this stuff. You need to rely on island cover or allied smoke to bring your cruiser to to allied smoke to bring your main battery to fire safely or otherwise limit your gunfire to kiting maneuvers. The playstyle of this line is straightforward. Thanks to their high base speed, great concealment, and time-based emergency engine power, you can take an aggressive flank position. This combination lets you get close to the enemy and make your torpedoes easier to land, while their speed and concealment let you disengage quickly. Their improved repair party, with an extra charge from Tier 8, helps you soften the hits you may take during those trades. This playstyle has an obvious downside, though. It leans on cover and stealth to deal damage. Once you're spotted, you'll take a lot of punishment quickly due to the very weak armor layout, especially if you're caught mid-maneuver or out of position. Their limited utility and their consumables also restricts your ability to contest objectives directly. You can still use islands to support your team on a cap, but your real strength comes from denying areas with torpedoes and landing stealthy, devastating strikes. Are these cruisers stealthy? Do they have good concealment? It says they have low detectability. Okay, we'll take a look. Immediately first reactions before even looking at the ships. Bro, like, why are we getting more ships in the game like that just don't support like the team? Like, this really seems like you're like, what's the word? It seems like you're greedy damage farmer kind of ship, but like you're not even like shooting to like maybe make the enemy ship shoot at you back. You're just gonna sail around and like torpedo stuff. Like if I see this cruiser on my flank, this cruiser line on my flank, and I'm a DD, I'm gonna crash out because this cruiser can't do anything. It has weak armor, apparently, bad gun range. It has no smoke. Like I'm obligated to smoke this guy up if I want him to help me. Whatever. Okay. Tier 6, Treconor, Kronor, lead ship of a two-strong class of modern light cruisers constructed by Sweden to reinforce its navy during the Second World War. 152mm Bofors guns, originally intended for the 7 Provincial class cruisers from the Netherlands. She entered service in 1947 and served with the Royal Swedish Navy until being commissioned in 1964. Guys, we have a historical cruiser. It's great. How long has this recording been going for? 18 minutes already? Whatever. You clicked on this video, dude. You wanted to listen to me yap, right? Okay. Bro, the plating is 16mm. Oh, God. 16mm. So this is the same armor as like a freaking Minotaur, right? Or like a Colbert. Oh my goodness, the overmatch, bro. You're gonna get overmatched by not even like the overmatch caliber battleships, right? Like you're getting overmatched by what, like 356s, dude? Oh my god, dude. Okay. Hit points very low. 2x2, 152mm. Dude, are you serious? It has 4 guns. We're the tier 6. Like there's stuff like Dallas with like 10 guns of the same caliber. Nothing too crazy here. Oh, I read it wrong. Okay. It has 2 doubles and a triple turret. So I'm guessing the triple turret's in the front and then the double turrets are in the back. Okay. 10km torp range. Reload time 100 seconds. And it's got 2x3. So this doesn't even look like it's a good ship, bro. AA, whatever. Concealment is 10 kilometers base. Wow. Okay. So if you take a concealment expert, that brings you down to what, 9 kilometers around? That's quite stealthy. I wonder if this line has the good AA that the that the other European lines have. 245 continuous at tier 6, I think is pretty good. Okay, heal, DCP, emergency engine power. It's a 20% engine boost, so I think French is 30%. I might be wrong there. But it's fast. And you get 150 seconds of it, so it seems useful. They'll be able to zip around and be very stealthy, but I feel like the gun power is going to be very lacking on this ship. The reload's fine. It's just I don't know what the gun like characteristics are going to be. I don't know how floaty it's going to be. Okay. Tier 7. Bell. Okay. Hypothetical transfer of a small light cruiser of the MLK series of designs. I'm sorry, I don't speak Polish. Specifically, MLK 8 152 to Poland from the Soviet Union during the 1950s, following the establishment of the Warsaw Pact, named in honor of the Polish city of Hel on the Baltic coast. So, that bridge looks like it's like a Smolensk. Okay, tier 7, 29,400 HP is just terrible. You pick up what? This ship had 7 guns. The tier 7 gets 8 guns because now it's 4 double turrets. You go up to quad torps. The range improves to 12 kilometers. The reload time increases to okay. I mean, these torps look like. I don't want torpedo cruisers in the game, bro. This is because I'm a DD player. Okay, I'm not sure this torpedo power is going to be that fantastic, but we'll find out. AA doesn't look like it got improved. Conceals 10.5, so concealment is worse now. Okay. Cool. No real improvements to consumables. All right. This is just a Worcester, isn't it? This is just like a Worcester with like less guns. European cruiser, Purity. Hypothetical transfer of a cruiser based on the United States Navy's 6-inch anti-aircraft cruiser scheme C to Greece following the end of the Second World War to replace an older cruiser provided to Greece as war reparations. Named in honor of the largest Greek island. I mean, it just looks like a Worcester, but like they just removed like the guns on it. I don't know why. Okay, the health is improved. Good. The main battery is the same amount, but the reload's improved. Yay. You get another torp rack. Now you have 4x3s. You get, what is that? 4 triples? Or am I bad at counting? Is that 4 triples or is that 3 quads? This is 2 quads on the tier 7. And this has 4 triples. Okay, so more torps. Range is now 13.5. Oh my god, dude. Reload is a bit worse, but 13.5 kilometer torps, dude. These are just gonna I don't really like these ships, man. AA is improved. Concealment's 10.9, so yeah, these will be pretty stealthy ships. Because now you can take a concealment mod. So it's minus 20%. I don't want to do the math in my head. But this is around 11 kilometers minus 20%. So you're going to subtract what, like 2 kilometers off of this? So you'll get like, I'm bad at math, like maybe 8.7 kilometer detect. Is that correct? Engine boost is improved. It's now 30% engine boost. Okay. What is this ship, bro? A hypothetical development of the Trekranor class of light cruisers. Focus on increased main battery and improved anti-aircraft capabilities to counter the large Chapayev and Sverdlov class cruisers of the Soviet Baltic Fleet, named in honor of a cursed sword of Norse mythology. So, I don't know. This looks like it has like the Holland or like Ragnar kind of gun turrets. I think it's Ragnar gun turrets because it's 152s. Okay, reload time's further improved. It's still 4 double turrets, 4 twin turrets. Dude, the range is still terrible. Playing this at tier 9 with 14.3 kilometer gun range, dude. Okay. Reload is good. Now we have 4 quads that go to 15 kilometers. Yes, this game definitely needs this. 86 knots, so they're still fast. Torpedo time 130 seconds. All right. AA is still the same. Okay, the detect is worse. It's 11.3 base. Okay. And you just, every tier you get a bit more usage time or the max speed increases on the engine power. And then we're going to have the tier 10 Vanadis. And so this is a future development of the Trey Crenor. Because this is like the future development of this ship, which is a future development of Trey Crenor, which is the tier 6. Does it mean it's just going to be a Swedish like high tier cruiser line again? A Swedish high tier European line again? Yeah, further development of the Tricolor with its main battery concentrated in triple turrets and a modern anti-aircraft battery of 40mm and 57mm guns. An increased torpedo armament is also carried to improve the vessel's chances in combat with likely Soviet forces. The name is a reference to the goddess Freya and signifies her status as daughter of the Vanir, a group of gods in Norse mythology. I realize I haven't been looking at the armor profile of these ships, but so I'm gonna quickly look at that. Um, so up until a tier 7, you get pitiful 16mm bow, and after that you get 25mm bow, which means you get overmatched by 381s or 381mm, which is 15-inch guns, I think. Yeah. So if like there's a Richelieu or like a German battleships, I think could overmatch this, like the Bismarck caliber guns or whatever. Okay, let's look at this. Now we get to 3x3, so you pick up one extra gun. The reload is improved, the range is improved. It's still less than 15 kilometers. Now I have 4 quintuple torps that are the same as on the tier 9, so 15 kilometers. You know, I was so worried they were going to make the range even bigger on tier 10, but they didn't. I didn't check if these guys have DFAA, though I don't think DFAA is a consumable within the next few updates. Concealment gets worse. Dude, these cruisers don't have low conceal. This is like American light cruiser conceal. So you'll be sitting around like a little less than 10-kilometer conceal, which is still very excellent, but I thought they would be like ultra stealthy. Your usage time goes up, whatever. Okay, cool. So this line, it just seems like a bunch of like it just seems like a bunch of passive like torpedo cruisers that have like 0 armor because they don't have the range to influence the battle. Like the range is too short that like you have to risk the boat getting smashed to like use the guns. So you're just gonna sit in the back and torp, and then like this does not seem like a very team focused ship. You know me, I love team play. I don't know why we're adding all these ships with no team play. Whatever. I mean, it's an interesting concept. I'll give them that. Do we have any other ships here? We have some other boats here. We'll take a look at these real quick. Okay, Spanish cruiser Aragon, tier 9. Following the end of the Spanish Civil War, Spain looked to construct new modern cruisers of Project 138. This consisted of 3 possible variants. Project 138B planned to reuse twin 305mm gun turrets taken from the España class dreadnoughts to build cruisers capable of defeating any other cruiser in European waters. Aragon combines the traditional Spanish alternative firing mode with high caliber guns for cruisers. Use your standard firing more to keep pressure on the opponent and switch to alternative mode to crush their broadsides. So, you know, the burst fire kind of thing. So you get long firing range with large caliber guns and good base reload for the caliber. Access to the alternative firing mode that drastically improves your accuracy and AP penetration capabilities at the cost of a long reload. So is it not a burst fire? Does it just make the guns better? I don't know. Low number of guns and unimpressive accuracy using battlecruiser formula. Good base speed, but with bad concealment. So Aragon plays as a 2-in-1 cruiser rather than sticking to a single role like most of her tier peers. Her standard firing mode is designed for sustained damage. The fast reload over 6 305mm guns allow her to pressure enemy ships with frequent HE salvos, starting fires, and steadily wearing down battleships. Her AP remains effective against exposed broadsides, because that's 305mm. Okay. But the limited number of guns and battlecruiser dispersion make it unreliable. In this mode, Aragon plays much like a conventional damage-focused large cruiser, supporting her team from range with frequent salvos. Switch to Aragon's alternative firing mode, when you have an opportunity to punish an exposed broadside. In exchange for a longer reload, it significantly improves your AP penetration to a battleship level and accuracy. So you press the alternate firing mode, and now you get like ridiculous dispersion. Like you'll actually hit the target properly, and the AP penetration is better. So let's see here. Look for flanking positions and crossfires that give you access to enemy sides. Then use the enhanced salvos to score Citadel hits. It comes with its own trade-offs though, with a caliber of 305mm. A target that angles quickly can still bounce your shells, and longer reload time gives the enemy more time to react between salvos, so pick your firing mode carefully to suit the situation. Aragon also carries torpedoes, but they should be considered an auxiliary armament, as their lack of hydroacoustic search and poor concealment discourage close-range brawling. So it's more of a broadside, a flanking broadside sniping ship. Armor is not fantastic, 25mm fore and aft. Oh my goodness, is it really okay, you got 6 guns that are 305s with a reload time of 12 seconds. That's pretty good. I think 12-second reload time on 6 305s is pretty respectable. Turret rotation time is just terrible. It's like it's literally battleship turrets. Dispersion is not good, and I don't know like how these ships really perform when they're like I don't know how like large gun cruisers perform. But like I'm looking at this fire chance of this HE pen, bro. Oh my god, dude! I know dispersion's bad, but like, dude, if you pop the alternative fire mode, you increase your reload time to 28 seconds. You improve the AP shell armor penetration capabilities by 40%, and you reduce dispersion by 25%. Okay, cool. Has secondaries, nobody cares. It has 2x3, two triple torps with 8 kilometer range. So your standard like cruiser torps are never gonna catch somebody. You're never gonna be able to chase somebody and torp them. But if they're actively running away, if you're actively running away, you can maybe drop these on an island. Or if you're in like a brawl, maybe you can use them. But again, it seems like the armor scheme is just like pitiful. Like you would never want to drive this into like an Ohio or something. Maneuverability's fine. Concealment looks pretty poor. 14.7. Oh my god, this is like German cruisers, bro. Heal, and then you can pick between your stuff. You get an engine boost. That's nice. It's standard destroy engine boost. So, I mean, I think the ship will be fine. I don't think it'll be like super toxic or anything. But I think because it's not stealthy, right? Like you'll see it coming, but if you're not paying attention, this thing is just gonna like not 6 out of 6 citadel you, but like it will citadel you, and then you're gonna take like mad damage. Because I mean, like, oh my god, 8,200 from one citadel hit. All right. Lastly, we have European submarine Orzel, tier 10. I'm not even going to pretend I know anything about submarines, bro, but I'll just read through it just so you guys have the completeness sake. Lead member, it's a historical ship. Lead member of her class of 2 submarines built for the Polish Republic in the Netherlands during the 1930s. With the outbreak of the Second World War, Orzel operated in the Baltic before being interned in Estonia, but her crew took back the submarine and sailed to the United Kingdom without navigational aids. She would serve alongside the Royal Navy in the Norwegian campaign before going missing in 1940 because like every submarine just magically goes missing in the North Atlantic during World War II. Orzel is a little different from usual submarine. She's designed for aggressive gameplay and resilience rather than pure stealth. High surface speed with access to engine boost consumable. Okay, that really already seems a bit toxic. Good survivability with access to a variant of the torpedo defense system consumable. Rotating torpedo launchers provide flexible firing angles while the ship carries numerous torpedo groups. No hydrophone consumable, slow ping velocity. Orzel sports an unusual torpedo layout, combining 4 fixed tubes at both the bow and stern, with 2 rotating twin launchers positioned near the end of each ship. As for the loaders, there are 4 single loaders in the bow, 2 twin rotating loaders mounted in the hull, and 4 single loaders in the stern. So you got 4 in the front, 4 in the back, and then you have 2 rotating ones that I guess let you pick if you want to point them in a certain direction. Oh wait, does rotating launcher refer to like a DD rotating torpedo launcher? While surface, the rotating launchers give you additional flexibility, allowing you to attack targets while maneuvering your fixed bow or stern tubes in a firing position. Her ping is a little slower than most other submarines, thank goodness. So you need to adjust your aim carefully to land it against fast, maneuverable targets. Okay. At first, I thought you meant the torpedoes wouldn't be able to hit fast, maneuverable targets, which is, like, of course, a lie. But destroyers always struggle against homing torpedoes, but it's referring to the ping. To make full use of your strengths, oh dear, that was a weird lag spike on a freaking browser. Whatever. To make full use of her strengths, you'll want to spend most of your time surfaced. That's where your speed is. Just play a destroyer, bro. If you're gonna have your submarine surface, just play a destroyer. Like, really. This is where speed is at its best and you'll get your full torpedo angles. Of course, staying surface also makes you easier to detect, and she has no access to hydrophone to warn you of nearby surface targets. This is where signature consumable comes in, a special version of torpedo defense system. Time it right, and you'll mitigate 70% of incoming torpedo and depth charge damage for a short time, opening the door to daring and more aggressive plays in close-range engagements. This resilience lets you survive encounters that would sink most other submarines outright. So if you run into trouble, if you're about to eat a bunch of lucky torps from a destroyer, or if you're about to, get absolutely punished because you got spotted and 12 depth charge planes drop on you, you can always just pop the consumable and you'll get to live. Very cool. Very cool, wargaming. Okay, I don't know anything about submarines. I just want to see the speed. That's the only thing I care about. This, if you guys want to look into this, I'm going to make you guys read it yourself. Maneuverability, 32 knots. For a submarine, that sounds pretty fast. How good is the engine boost? 8%. Okay, it's normal DD engine boost. Dude, oh my god. The minus 70% damage from air torpedoes. 70% damage from regular torps. 70% damage reduction from depth charges. It only lasts 10 seconds, though. Okay, it only lasts 10 seconds, so you literally have to see the planes, like, going over your ship. The depth charges need to be in the water, and then you can pop the consumable. And then magically, your ship just is immune to, like, the shock waves of the water, like, hydraulic depth charge smashes going into your boat. Okay, very cool. So, yeah. So that's this article here. TLDR, New Jersey seems like it's going to be strong, maybe OP if the consumable stack. The European cruisers, they seem fine, though a bit lacking in direct game impact. I don't really like their design because they're just kind of like greedy damage farmers, but they're not even gun damage farmers, they're torp damage farmers. Aragon, I mean, it seems like it'll be fine. The detect is bad enough and the armor scheme is poor enough that I think this ship could easily get punished if it's played poorly. I think it's fine. And I know nothing about submarines. It sounds like the interesting thing about this submarine is that it can just not take depth charge damage with the consumable. So cool. Now, there is a second devblog. So we're going to take a look at that really quick. Closed test 15.8. What update was this? Okay, so this is the test for 15.8. We just looked at the 15.8 ship releases. 11th anniversary, new low-tier operations, Marlboro B Dockyard, and more. I was talking to Aptix and Iron, and they were like crashing out that of all the dockyards coming back, they brought back Marlboro, which I don't know anything about, but apparently it's pretty bad. So I'm going to take a look. Captain's Update 15.8 celebrates 11 years since the game's release on 17 September 2015. God, I remember being around back then. It's kind of depressing how long ago that was. This update will be full of anniversary festivities, which of course will include plenty of rewards and activities to participate in. Also expect the new dockyard kicking off this year's Black Friday, 3 new low-tier operations, and the next clan battle season. So, all right, let's go through this quickly. Hopefully there's not too many ship stats to look at. Let's just look at it for completeness sake. Upon your first battle of the update, so we're looking at 11th anniversary stuff, rewards. First thing is birthday gift, not your birthday, the game's birthday. After your first battle of the update, you'll be able to claim a special gift in the armory containing the new Happy Blast Day enemy destruction effect, I don't care. The new Blast and Bash permanent camouflage, I don't care. As you know, I care about historical stuff, so I just don't care. 3 Battle of Santiago de Cuba containers, 3 new Red Steel Titan premium containers, and 11 days of Warships premium account. How generous. Fine, we'll play it. Let's see. Okay, cool. Very historical. I remember when the Yamato had a hello. There you go. I remember when the Yamato had balloons come out of it when it got bombed out by the U.S. Navy at during like when they were trying to do Operation Tenga. I remember when that happened. There's lots of photos of that. Called sarcasm, by the way. Um, Blast and Bash. Okay, I mean just not historical. I don't care. The Festa rewards are coming back, so don't sell your boats. Um, you can earn festive tokens you can exchange for various rewards as well as steel. So basically, you have ships in your I forget how this works. I'm pretty sure you have ships on your account, and then if you play some games on a ship, you can then claim the rewards that are associated with it. So you get festive tokens for like playing the game. Um, so first mission requires earning a set amount of cumulative base XP on a selected ship, with the exact amount determined by the ship's tier. The second mission requires earning 1,000 base XP to trigger snowflakes on other ships in your port. The number of bonuses you can trigger depends on the size of your port, so the more ships you have, the better. You can activate a snowflake for each ship only once, so you can keep playing the same ship to trigger additional bonuses. Once you remove a snowflake from a ship by completing either mission, you receive a number of festive tokens based on its tier or steel in the case of super ships. I feel like before you got coal and steel from non-super ships. Am I misremembering this? Whatever. Okay. Kurama's coming. I believe this is like the super what is this? The Super Zao, which you can get for festive tokens. You can get the new press F enemy destruction effect. So okay, that's pretty funny. I will give it that. I will give wargaming that. But yeah, not historical. Lots of other stuff. You get bonus packages for super ships. Seems cool. Super containers. You can buy super containers. That looks quite nice. I mean, yay. Yeah, bonuses. Red Steel Titan collection. What is this? The new Red Steel Titan premium containers double as the source for a new historical collection consisting of 60 elements. Completed to earn the Soviet Tier 9 battleship, Sovetskaya Rossiya, along with an achievement. Sovetskaya Rossiya is obviously Soviet Russia. Cool. What does it contain? Collection element. 14 times uncommon economic bonuses of each type. So you just get some nice teal boosters. Slot 3, 10% chance of uncommon economic boosters of each type. And then you could maybe also get credits or free XP or early XP. So cool. Honorable Service Rewards update. We're updating the Honorable Service Rewards you receive on each anniversary of your first battle, provided you've played at least 25 battles. This year, we're adding the reward for 11 years in the game, and it will include a new set of legendary economic bonuses. So they finally stopped doing the chevrons or like the ranks for patches. If you've seen those before, now it's just a number. I guess I mean you can't have 11 chevrons. I understand. You'll get 3 weeks of World of Warships premium account, 5 times legendary economic bonuses of each type. Is legendary bonuses different than like the red bonuses? Are those rare bonuses? Oh no, the red ones are epic, and I think legendaries would be the golden colored ones. Okay, you get super containers, 15 white perma camos, 50% discount. Um, and guys, if you're eligible for the 11th year honorable service reward during the first days of update 15.8, it will be issued within a week of the anniversary of your first battle. 11 years of glory flag, and then they're also adding a new maritime parade port with ships decorated for the occasion and various funny scenes to help you settle into the anniversary atmosphere. So, very cool looking port. I love the barrage balloons. Art department is always cooking. I mean, look at this dude. Very nice. So what carrier is this? Is this Is this Independence? I think it. Anyway, okay. Daily login calendar. Additionally, to mark the anniversary, we will temporarily overhaul the list of rewards available in the daily login calendar, adding such goodies as enemy destruction effects and decals premium containers. This calendar will become available on September 1st and remain in the game until the end of the month. You can find the full list of rewards in the table below. So, I mean, just play the game, guys. There's gonna be a lot of rewards, like in general. Like get your snowflakes, and then there's also like super containers and stuff in here. Okay. Again, don't want to spend too much time here. I know it's like 45 minutes already. What else is in here? More ships. Okay. Takuma Shogo and Frederick Friedrich Karl arrive. Update 15.8 also gives you a chance to expand your fleet with Friedrich Karl and a new addition to the Naval Legacy Fleet, Takuma Shogo. Based on Chikuma 2 and representing the ship in her final moments. Both newcomers, along with the Boardfest Premium Camouflage for Friedrich Karl, returning ships like Siberian Victoria, and other valuable rewards, will be available via the Birthday Wishing Wharf. Friedrich Karl will also be available for direct purchase in the Admiral Pack. Okay. I don't really know what these boats do. I know what Chikuma does. It's a hybrid Tone class at turn 9. Note that the Boardfest permanent camouflage will feature sailors on the deck in port only. If you obtain Chikuma Shogo, you'll also gain access to a new 4-piece historical collection about Chikuma's fall. Completing it awards the historical Japanese seasoned commander Keizo Komura with enhanced skills, survivability expert is improved, and for battleships, an improved emergency repair specialist skill that reduces the cooldown of damage control party and repair party consumables by 4%. You also get the Chikuma Shogo flag and a collection achievement. Cool. I like historical boats. I hope it's not hard to get this. Marlborough B is coming. A new dockyard arrives in Update 15.8, letting you build a Black Friday version of Tier 9 British battleship Marlborough, because why re-release the original version? We can make it artificial scarcity. We're going to have artificial scarcity of digital assets. It's whatever. The dockyard also marks the start of this year's Black Friday activities, more of which will follow in future updates. I'm very curious to see which ships are going to be in there. Nice flag. In terms of gameplay, Marlborough B leans on a large main battery, 16 356mm guns in quadruple turrets with a high rate of fire. By the way, did I mention it's a Tier 9 battleship? Yes, I did. High rate of fire, powerful salvos, and good concealment. The trade-off is low main battery accuracy and weak armor with a vulnerable citadel. Dockyard has 28 phases, variety of rewards. 23 phases can be completed through the combat missions, and the remaining 5 can be done with doubloons. And each phase is 1,400 doubloons. You can also pay extra money up front. Sorry, you can get a better deal on the cost per phase if you pay some money up front to get the starter packs. In my opinion, save the doubloons. Just grind up to phase 23 and then see if you want the ship. Because you never know what's going to happen. You might not be able to grind out the ship and you've already sunk the doubloons in. Of course, they try to FOMO you by saying starter packs will only be available to complete 10 phases via combat missions. The combat missions will run throughout Update 15.8 and the first 3 weeks of Update 15.9. During the final week of 15.9, you'll be able to complete construction using doubloons, so, very standard. Routing low-tier operations. Do I need to discuss this? It's operations. They're cool, right? You can grind through low-tier tech tree lines in a relaxed, fun atmosphere and help newer captains get to know the game better. Starting trial by fire from Tier 2, Swarm Steel from Tier 3, and Beehive from Tier 4. And all of them will be playable up until Tier 6. Up until Tier 4, a team consists of 5 players. Starting from Tier 5, teams grow to 7 players. If you're playing a Tier 4 ship or below, and matchmaking takes more than 30 seconds, the remaining slots will be filled with bots. So, cool. Trial by fire. These are just supposed to be for like newbies. I mean, I have no problem with this. We need to make the game more approachable, right? I don't really feel like reading through all of this, but they do seem like, yeah. So trial by fire will teach you how to like play the game. Storm of Steel, you'll learn how to avoid torpedoes, and then Beehive, you'll try to fight aircraft carriers. And if you're a more experienced captain with 200 or more battles and playing tier 2 to 4 ships, you'll get more challenging versions of the operation. So if you're newer, they'll give you an easier version. And if you play the game a bit, they'll make it a bit harder. But we're talking about operations, right? So it's just a chill time. And they're making a lower tier version of Killer Whale. So that's cool. And the objective has changed. Now you have to rescue a damaged ally cruiser from the enemy base. I believe Killer Whale before is the one where you go into the base and blow up everything. Clan battles are happening. 5v5 on tier 8 ships. Bro, my clan does not do clan battles yet. I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. Not allowed, Lenin. No more than one battleship per team. Very curious that they don't want more than one of Les Terribles and Les Fantasques. But okay, fair enough. No, it's all Russian ships that they don't want. Sorry, Soviet ships. All Soviet ships they don't allow. Okay, there's also going to be brawls. 5v5. Tier 8. Allowed ship types. Battle crew. Recalibrations. Damaging enemies partially restores your HP. So it's like vampire mode. You attack the enemy ship, you get some heals back. Brawl 2's 3v3, tier 9. Again, battleships, cruisers, destroyers with no battle recalibration. And then Brawl 3's 4x4 at tier 10, destroyers only! Oh my god, it's destroyers only! Let's go! Increased speed and maneuverability, buffs in torpedo speed and torpedo reload. Torpedo detectability is increased, making them easier to detect. Longer reload for other armament, so it's like a just dodge. It's the ultimate. Oh, bro, we gotta make a video on this. This is gonna be the ultimate torpedo beat farming brawl. Additional content coming in the game. Do I want to read through the rest of this? I like how I'm the one complaining that there's so much to go through when like I volunteered to record a 52-minute video. Well, whatever. They're going to be adding a new Pan-Asian destroyer, Red Hair, based on Mogador. There's going to be a fierce and dangerous permanent camouflage. Of course, not historical, so I don't care. Pan-Asian commanders Liu Bu and Diao-chan with individual voiceovers. Unrivaled flag. Isn't Liu Bu from like the 3K? Yeah. Okay. The content of the phone containers being updated. I didn't know there were 3 Kingdoms generals in the game, but that's cool. Cool. I mean, it says it can drop ships. Mengchong, Laoshuan, Zhu Ke, Huan Wu. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not good at this. Shug Liang or Red Hair. But, I mean, the chance is terrible. Otherwise, you're just going to get, like, uncommon bonuses and stuff. And, of course, the premium container is going to have better stuff. Yeah, you get a bit better of a chance to get the ships. And a higher chance to get the commanders by a lot. Note that Zhuge Liang, based on Marseille, which was previously available only in the China region, will be added to the list of ships you can get from these containers. And finally, because World of Warships love their rarity system, Marlboro B, Epic, Chikuma, Shogo, Epic, Red Hair, Sovietskaya Rossiya, Friedrich Karl, and Taejong are all rare. And of course, Kurama is just a super ship, so it is uncommon. And with that, I believe we have completed Kokou's Yapathon for update 15.8. So with that, I guess if you watched to the end, I don't know why you did. But if you did, thank you for watching. And I will see you guys very soon. Have a fantastic day.
栄光のために共に戦いなさい。誰が抵抗していいって言ってんの？私が敵を侮ると思ったら大間違いよ。